I'm building a crypto trading bot network. I've been doing this for about 6 or 7 months now, and for the last 3 or 4 months, I've been making a video update each week talking about the gains the bots made, the market environment that the bots saw, what I think might be coming for the crypto market soon, and how this affects not only investing in general, but especially bot investing. I have bots that I run 24/7 unless they go down. That have access to about $1,700 in capital, and I'm looking to constantly increase that. And then I manage a portfolio of around $20,000 to $25,000 now in crypto assets, which I have kind of bought assistance for constantly maintaining and trimming and keeping the positions and allocations that I would like. You may have noticed, as mentioned in my previous week's video, that I actually had about a 3.5 week period of inactivity where my bots were not online and were not making trades. So unfortunately, that was all lost time. And the nature of the last week has really just been getting back into things and making sure that everything's working properly. Again, when my bots were off, it was actually a really easy fix. It was just a couple clicks and I'm back online. It was really just the nature of being busy and not getting back to it. So everything's back online. This is kind of my first full week. And as mentioned in the last week's kind of expectations, I was expecting a $55, $60, $65, $70 week. And, this week didn't disappoint, or was, kind of right in line with what we expected. So $55, $56 for this week. And again, this was really just getting back into it. I didn't change any parameters, either getting started for the week or throughout the week. If you're new here, you might not have seen how I actually have everything set up and how my code runs. I do have 2 videos that go over kind of the nature of my code and a walkthrough of the code and how to build your own. But in the weekly updates, sometimes I'll talk a bit about the code and show some of the code as well, and any kind of updates I might have made or fine-tuning based on the market parameters. So again, if you haven't heard or seen the videos previously, I use mainly a RSI buying strategy, and it's actually the primary algorithm or strategy I've used for like the last 4 or 5 months. And I just think it's the easiest. It works the best in most kind of climates or environments or whatever. So anyway, I kind of built my own system around that. And a big thing for me was trying to just basically accumulate dollar cost average into trades or deals over the course of a couple hours or a day or so. And just try to get really good entry points based on lower RSIs. It's really easy, really straightforward. But the kind of trick with the code was just making it rigorous and doing my best to make it so that it was malleable to any market environment, which again wasn't that hard. So I've got 3 RSI parameters that I go by. One is the 1-day RSI value, the 1-hour RSI value, and the 15-minute RSI value. So these are all time periods. So I have really quite lower values for the RSI 1 hour and the 15-minute, 50 and 45. This indicates that something is maybe just slightly oversold in the moment. And then for my 1-day values, I have 60, 55, and 50, and these are actually pretty aggressive. I think that right now is an extremely aggressive time in the market. So I'm being a little bit reserved but aggressive, and I think the market is being extremely aggressive. So I think these numbers work for now. And will continue to work for maybe a couple weeks, but I do like to kind of pull these RSI values down so they're a little bit less aggressive than the market is. So anyway, that goes over the values. I'll probably keep these for the next week unless things really start to come down, like say we start to see $4,200 ETH, and there seems to be some signals in the market that kind of the expectations are over the next couple weeks that things will regress, which I'm not sure if we're there yet or not. So that takes us to a weekly review. It's a really easy one, a really short one this week because I don't really know. I have no idea what really to expect next, except for there does seem to be kind of this sustained overexcitement. So I do think that everything is a bit overpriced right now, but it's overpriced based off of really big expectations that I think will come to light. So basically this means that I think things are overpriced, but in the whole scheme of things in many years, they are not. So if you're a trader, I would be a bit more reserved. And that's what I'm doing. So normally I have a cash position of about 15 to 20%. And now I'm at a cash position of like 30, 35%. So in the coming weeks, I'm not exactly sure what to expect. But I do think that we'll either kind of slow down a bit and have this kind of accumulation or kind of reaccumulation phase, or I think that we'll see a slight regression, which actually I think would be the healthiest for the short to mid term. So we could see maybe like $4,200 ETH go back to kind of previous highs that maybe feel a little bit more comfortable. And if so, I'm going to be a bit reserved and pull again my kind of RSI values and things like that back. So that's really it for the review of what to expect in the coming weeks. And thank you again for joining us. Bye.